What you think?
Oh, yeah. No, I agree with you, but I don't know whether they can do it. And Lewis, you mentioned, he's out now. Nice step in.
Jones. Wild with the shot, but St. John's catches a break as it goes off Plansky.
That was harsh.
Inside, Jason Williams powers it in.
Strong effort. He really didn't have any right to get that basketball. Just willed it.
3:10 now to go in the game, and the lead is 7.
Here's the high-low. Becca then peeking down, wisely kicked it out. Same play. Plansky had him, too.
25 seconds gone from the shot clock. West looking to make a move on Porter.
Ooh,
Plansky travels, yeah. Well, they bought 31 seconds of time. Mark Plansky looked over at the bench, and Rolly Mascherino just said, yes, you do. Porter made a
bad play. Yeah. I'll tell you why. They wanted on the other side to brush down into Shelton Jones. Louis had signaled. Pretty good gamble.
Near steal by Porter as he tried to recover. Wilson comes to help out. 1:30 to go in the game. 29 seconds on the shot clock. And Jason Williams is called for the quick reach-in foul. Rodney Taylor will take himself to the line. 22 and 23 when holding opponents under 69 points. And unless we go to overtime, St. John's is getting nowhere near 69 points here tonight.
And as a team, Mike, they're a good free throw shooting team. That helps you win close games, as this guy's done frequently in his career. 70% as a team.
Loose ball to Plansky and a fresh 45 on the shot clock.
Does that typify the evening?
Yes, it typifies the evening a lot for St. John's. They've been beaten to the spot. Kenny Wilson trying to weave his way through and does.
They'll keep it in the three hands that can shoot great fouls. Outside, West, Wilson. I don't think they want Taylor to have it that much, but he had no choice. Kenny Wilson had to get an outlet. And of course, Mark Plansky being the third guy.
Jason Williams just fouled out without it. Villanova, to their credit, really came in very workmanlike. And really put on something of a clinic there in the first half. Taylor misses again to keep St. John's alive. And here's Orlando Lewis with the ball. Now Boo Harvey.
Shelton's outside. I'd rather see him inside. Let him get to the foul line.
Lewis can't get the three off. Harvey will try. Follow Brust. Puts it up in traffic and will go to the line.
Good pressure now.
Comes to West. Steal, near steal. Orlando Lewis ahead to Taylor. Forward to Massey. And he pulls it back out and is immediately fouled by Orlando Lewis. No trouble.
I've got St. John's for 2 timeouts as well as Villanova. You might look for St. John's to score, grab the timeout, get organized, and rotate like they did that time. That was pretty good.
Massey now looking to put his club back on the odd number. Points for Gary Massey tonight. 5 above his average. St. John's needs him in a hurry. Lewis will fire. Loose ball, Rodney Taylor, and that might do it with 32 seconds to go. Plansky is hacked from behind.
From Maui to here. Guy's got some ability on that bench, huh?
Plansky buries the first. 6 for Plansky, who's having an off night scoring, but hit a big three-pointer here in the second half to fight back St. John's at 1 point. They need 2 threes. Harvey takes a 2. That's going to be an offensive goaltend as Orlando Lewis was up on the rim.
Just had to delay a little. He had a little tip. Didn't really need a dunk.
It has been a while, 4 or 5 years, since the Villanova Wildcats have come into this building and won, but it would appear tonight they are going to win. Massey. Villanova has just done just about everything right tonight. They're making the big free throws.
Terrific free throw shooting team.
15 now for Gary Massey. Rust gets it quickly to Porter. Shelton Jones launches one and hits it.
Got the timeout.
18 for Shelton Jones. And we're going to take a time. Villanova.
They sometimes go for the home run. Didn't quite get it.
And Michael Porter with the reach-in foul. Doug West will have a chance to add to his total. Say that.
Yeah.
The real season has been an awakening for St. John's.
See, when I was in the league, I had to win in December because I wasn't going to win in January and February. That was my season.
Doug West will finish the night with 21. Villanova backs off as there's only 8 seconds left to play. Harvey pulls up and fires. Won't go down. Taylor the rebound, and Taylor and Rust bump each other, then shake hands, and the Villanova Wildcats. Just a tremendous win tonight for Rolly Massimino's club. They go 10-3 now in the season and 2-0 in Big East play. For Bill Raftery, I'm Mike Gorman. 69-62 the final.
Coming up next, Purdue and the Fighting Illini. We're going to Champaign after this word.
Not one dominant team right now.
Well, forget about that statement. There's no way they win the ACC. You and I are going to battle after work here tonight. Now, I know Bob Wade's team's improved.
Hey, I haven't won a battle with you yet. I'll stop right now. And Ryan Burning into the ballgame for the first time. Counting on him to play a lot this year.
Well, they're counting on him to give us some good defense. He's got excellent touch. Last year, he was a member of my all-airport team, and he was so proud. He came up to me, he says, Coach Vitale, I love it that you put me on the all-airport team. I said, Ryan, that's probably the only all-star team you'll make. You better enjoy it. This year, he said, forget it. I'm getting PT. You can't put me on that team.
He's playing with a broken nose. Tried one game to wear a mask. It didn't work out too well. In the last game he played without the mask, took a shot on it. So you got to be tough to be in there and play that kind of pain.
They really get down defensively. Look at the intensity of Purdue on defense. Really deny, play the ball tough, head-to-head. Look at the stance defensively.
That's Hamilton who's checked into the ballgame for Illinois. Can't get a shot to fall. Burning lost it out of bounds. Also in there for Illinois, number 23, Larry Smith at a guard spot.
Illinois has got 9 players they can play. You mentioned Lowell Hamilton, number 45. He's got the great bounce off the floor. He was Streeton Smith's number 1 high school player in America coming out of high school, and has been a major disappointment as Mitchell comes back on the floor.
Mitchell back in the ballgame for Jones. Hamilton was the leading returning scorer and shooter for this club. Now he's like the 7th man, and Blackwell having an outstanding night so far.
Was a great cut. He found a seam in the defense. He cut without the basketball. Simple give and go.
Correction on the free throw situation as Lewis gets the foul. Or excuse me, Jones.
Tony Jones, a good athlete at 6'4". That's the 3rd offensive rebound that Purdue has utilized to convert and get a simple deuce out of their guards.
Kuyava is on the bench with 2 personals.
Nothing tricky defensively, Mike. Just a lot of pressure on the ball. Oh, they really establishing position inside. Hamilton really wants the ball on a post.
Mardo can't get his shot. This is Smith.
They play like a 3-2 set. Point guard, 2 wings, and 2 guys down in the blocks. 45 is Hamilton.
Battle has only had his hands on the ball once so far. He's Illinois' leading scorer. Now he's got it in the lane. Gave it up in a hurry. Hamilton works for his shot. Travel. Nick Anderson checks in for the first time, the sophomore out of Chicago. He was a Proposition 48 player a year ago, getting a chance to play, and he's an outstanding player off the bench, averaging 17 points a game. That's off the bench. As a starter, only 7 points a game.
He'll be there at crunch time. I'll guarantee you he'll be on the floor when the game is on the line. He's a big-time scorer.
Jones dumped it off inside. Stevens couldn't do anything with it. Oh, shot by Burning. Looked like that hit the back of the backboard. And Anderson comes out with it.
The bottom of that basket's in play, though, Mike. If it hit the bottom of that basket, it's in play. And Hightower was right on the play.
Anderson forced that one.
You know, Mark, we haven't seen much pressure defense from Syracuse since early on in the game. And I think maybe Jim Boeheim took it off because they were not successful. The Wildcats were getting some easy baskets on transition, and Cycli was forcing Cycli to play defense in transition.
Lansky tried to seal off Coleman, but Derek Coleman is 6'9", has long arms, and just reached right around Lansky and took the ball. Douglas again. Whitey, you are right. They are getting Sherman Douglas the ball and saying, shoot it.
He's really got it going now. Kenny Wilson has to make that entry pass from the side, from the 45-degree line. He can't make it from the top.
Wilson, good help by Coleman. And somebody's going to showtime it here. Well, the layup for Earl Duncan, but nonetheless it counts like any dunk does. And a 53-52 Syracuse lead. And that's the first lead they have had in a while. Since it was 18-16, according to my stat sheet.
Rowley doesn't want Kenny Wilson to come down the floor and shoot the ball.
Wilson challenges Cycli, who made the block and then hit him with the body after making contact with the ball.
Foul on Cycli.
Wilson excellent at the line at 87.5% overall. The foul on Cycli is his third, and he is the first in the game to get 3 personals. And Wilson with 2 puts his team back up, and now Kenny will earn himself a rest as Pat Enright comes in off the Villanova bench.
I think what Rowley wants to talk to Wilson about is they want to slow the tempo down. They don't want that point guard to come and knock 5 seconds off the clock and take a shot. They need to run 20, 25 seconds off the clock each possession.
Villanova in the matchup zone. Cycli surrounded, but gets it to Hughes. And Grice comes down with a rebound. We're at the 13-minute mark. West for the trailer, Grice. Nice pass for Taylor. Tom Grice does have good basketball skills. He demonstrated last year that although he lacked in scoring, he could pass. That's the alley-oop, and Taylor thought he had it diagnosed, but Coleman, who's got the height advantage, got it in anyway.
You see, that's the thing. Rodney Taylor is such a physical specimen out on the floor, but he's only 6'6", and just by being there, Derek Coleman, he can jump better, and he's a little bit quicker jumping. He's going to get those alley-oops from time to time.
Plansky on Coleman. Grice. As Tom Grice missed what? 1 shot here at most?
He really looks good when he gets the ball.
58-55 Villanova. 12:06 to go. Clock running, second half from the Spectrum. Hughes, who provides perhaps the steadiest jump shot from their small forward spot. Keith Hughes with a bucket, and it's 58-57. Plansky. West sealing Duncan off nicely and gets the up. And with 3:48 to go, the Cats here lead it by 4. $15,000 plus at the Spectrum, seeing a wonderful ball game as Villanova tries to break a 6-game losing streak against Syracuse. They have led for the good part of this game. Nice look by Plansky to West. Thompson coming over too late.
I think as this game goes on now, we're going to see foul shooting be a key factor, as many times it is in these Big East games. 59% from the foul line. Most of those games were non-league games. They're winning all their games by 25 points. West pretty good foul shooter, though.
And West successful on the first. As you saw, Earl Duncan right there, out of the game for Matt Rowe. And Gary Massey goes out of the game in favor of Rodney Taylor as Rowley looks for some rebounding on the defensive end.
Yeah, what Rowley just told.
Seconds to go. They rise at the Spectrum for the Wildcats, who lead Syracuse by 6.
Rodney Taylor back in the ballgame for the Wildcats. And he's out there as Wilson makes the second one. He's out there for rebounding and rebounding alone. Want to give the Orange 1 shot here.
2:50 to play. Villanova by 6. Coleman moving on Taylor. It counts in the second half. West around a Taylor screen, and Coleman with a big defensive board with 2:05 to go. Matt Rowe, who is without a point in this game, averaging 10. Alley-oop, and Grice had it diagnosed perfectly. Cycli never got his hands on it. Villanova with possession and 1:45 to go. They lead it by 3.
So what Rowley's going to do, he wants to hold it for about 20, 25 seconds, then go into his offense.
All the foul shooters on the floor for Villanova as we have a timeout being taken by Villanova. We'll discuss that in just a moment. 1:26 to go in the second half. Villanova 78, Syracuse 75. Let's see what Rowley has diagnosed as the Cats are out of the huddle. West, and it was a post down on the 59% foul shooter, throws up a brick, and Villanova now with 48 and 40 respectively, game clock and shot clock with possession. They lead it by 3.
See, Rowley's going to hold it. He won't even shoot the ball now because he knows he has plenty of time. He's got his good foul shooters out on the court there. The key thing in this, when you're holding the ball, is you don't want to cross 2 offensive men. You want to keep the ball in the middle of the floor as much as possible. Matt Rowe is probably the guy that Syracuse wants to commit the foul.
And West had turned to call a timeout. Wilson went to throw him the ball. And possession will remain Villanova's. A very confusing situation there as West had turned to call timeout. Wilson let the ball go. Jim Boeheim wants a turnover, but the Wildcats will retain. West gets it into Grice. 7 on the shot clock. 5. Wilson's going to have to take it. Douglas blocks it and fouls him, and I don't agree with that call at all. It looked clean from here. Sherman Douglas says, what else can I do?
Wildcats did what Rowley wanted them to do. That foul shot's the big one because Matt Rowe is on the floor. He's a great three-point shooter, and now they're up 4. 9 seconds to go. Rowley's telling his team, no fouls. No fouls. And if I'm Rowley, I like to see a timeout called after the shot.
Wilson remains perfect from the foul line. 5 seconds to go. The shot is good. A three-pointer and a timeout. Stevie Thompson, not known at all for his outside shooting, has 16 in the game, 3 of them right there. A timeout with 3 seconds to go on in football, freelancing the passing lanes. They get it into Wilson, and he loses it. With 1 second on the clock, it is 80-78. No timeouts. They're trying to make a substitution here. Cycli coming into the game.
On Cycli.
Lansky diagnoses it, and it's history, and Villanova pulls the upset on Syracuse. In the space of 2 weeks, Villanova has beaten 2 nationally ranked teams. First St. John's at St. John's, and now ending a 6-game losing streak against Syracuse, beating the 6th-ranked Orange here by 2. Stay with us. We'll be back.
Guards have that range, though.
You got to get interested, though.